ZA, Boxing Nation, where boxing lives, breathes, and breaks down. Today's headline brings us a tough reminder of dangers in the sport of boxing, a major shakeup in the UK broadcast scene, and an inspiring story from amateur ranks, and some explosive knockout action abroad. We'll also break down the biggest fights coming your way, including a super fight that could define an era. Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford, and of course, we'll close this with your favorite segment on this day in boxing history. On August 2nd, in Tokyo, tragedy struck not once, but twice on the same card. Shigetoshi Kotari, just 28 years old, collapsed after a grueling 12-round draw for the OPBF featherweight title against Yamato Hada. Later the same night, Hiromasa Yurikawa, also 28 years old, suffered a brain injury during his fight and never recovered. Both fighters passed away days later, sending shockwaves across the boxing world. The Japanese Boxing Commission has acted quickly, announcing that OPBF title fights will now be limited to 10 rounds instead of 12. A move aimed at reducing prolonged head trauma. We've seen similar safety reforms in other combat sports, shorter fights, stricter medical suspensions, but this double loss will likely accelerate and change the boxing world worldwide. The question remains, will other commissions follow Japan's lead? Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. And RIP to two great fighters. While tragedy dominates headlines, business moves continue to be made behind the scenes. UK-based promotional powerhouse BOXXER has signed a new deal with the BBC Sport, ending its partnership with Sky Sports. This could be a game changer for fight fans in the UK. The BBC is a free-to-air broadcast with national reach, meaning more casual fans could tune in without pay-per-view fees and subscription barriers. That kind of exposure can build stars faster and bring bigger fights to the mainstream. Expect BOXXER to load their upcoming cards with talent and perhaps even a rival Matchroom's The Zone platform. The UK promotional war just got a lot more interesting. Now, in New Jersey, in East Orange, a firefighter has earned an invite to compete in a women's international boxing championship. This is more than a sports story. It's about balancing a dangerous day-to-day job with grueling demands of fight training. Fighters like this will remind us why boxing isn't about $1 million contract. It's about bright lights, it's about grit, sacrifice, and a passion for the sport. We'll be keeping an eye on her progress. She's representing her community and showing the next generation that chasing your dreams is worth the fight. In Benghazi, Libya, Albert Ramirez kept his unbeaten record intact with a dominant 7th round TKO over Jerome Pampalin at the WBA's KO to Drugs events. This card wasn't just about the action in the ring. The event mission was to use boxing as a platform to raise awareness about drug prevention. Albert Ramirez's performance was calculated and clinical. He broke down Pampalin with body shots before finishing the job upstairs. Victories like this can keep Albert in the conversations for bigger fights at the light heavyweight division, possibly even a title eliminator before the end of the year. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. Tremendous job, Albert Ramirez. And now for the upcoming fights that you need to be prepared for. August 16th, we have Moses Atama versus Dillian Whyte in Riyadh. A huge step-up fight for the young heavyweight prospect Moses Atama. And if he wins convincingly, the world will be forced to take him seriously. For Dillian Whyte, this is going to be his last hurrah if he does not beat or give a good showing against Moses Atama. This will be his going away party. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. September 13th, the biggest fight of this generation. Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, streaming live on Netflix. This is undisputed versus undisputed, a stylistic matchup between Canelo's power and Crawford's adaptability in the ring. September 13th, the one that everyone's talking about. This will be a fight of the generation. We have Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford at Allegiant Stadium, streaming live on Netflix. This is undisputed versus undisputed. I believe that this is a stylistic matchup that is going to be between Canelo Alvarez's power and Terrence Bud Crawford's adaptability in the ring. Terrence Bud Crawford has such a phenomenal style. Anybody could dethrone Canelo Alvarez. It would have to be Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence Crawford, we have to realize this guy went from 147, fought Madrimov at 154, then moved up to 168 to now fight the best 168 pounder that there is to offer. Could we see Terrence Bud Crawford, should he be successful against Canelo Alvarez, go back down to 154 to fight the likes of Sebastian Fundora to be undisputed 4 times? Or would we like to see him move up to 175 pounds and fight the likes of Dimitri Bivol to become undisputed again? Let me know how you guys feel about all of that in the comments below. October 18th, we have Danny Swift Garcia making his return at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. His opponent is still to be determined, but Danny Swift Garcia's comeback will be one to watch. And now for your favorite segment on this day in boxing history. Technically not on this day, but let's still get into it. On August 9th, 1965, the legendary Sugar Ray Robinson fought his final fight as a welterweight and earned just $1 for it. That's not a typo. One of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters in history walked away from a division he dominated for a symbolic payday of $1. It marked the end of an era, but his influence on boxing style, swagger, and the skill set that you see amongst these guys today originated from Sugar Ray Robinson or another great from around that time period. Now, that's going to wrap up my scenes for today. Let me know how you guys feel about all of that in the comments below. Today reminds us of why boxing is called the sweet science. It's going to be a mix of triumph, heartbreak, business, and history. This is ZA Boxing Nation, where champions get analyzed and legends are made. And if you're new here, keep your hands up, and I'll catch you in the next one.